Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of Call Me Mr. Broadstreet. I first wanted to say thank you so much for all your support, all the positive feedback I've received. It means a lot to me. Today's episode, we're going to review McCartney III. This is the most recent release in Paul's career. And before we get started, again, just another thank you to all the friends and family out there, to all the other um, fellow people in the Beatles community that have given me so much support. I really appreciate it. Also, if you enjoy the channel, please make sure to hit that bell. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great, and also subscribe. Please tell any friends or family about this channel. I'd really appreciate it. It would just be a lot of fun to hopefully grow this channel. So with McCartney III, first of all, just a couple little facts, couple little tidbits about the album. Uh, Paul didn't initially want to record anything during this time. I'm assuming he was going to go out on tour, but of course, like everything else, COVID-19 hits, and that kind of derailed a lot of plans. So this got his creativity flowing, and as a result, we have McCartney III. Now, the album was released on December 18th of 2020. In the US charts, it went to number 2, which is a really, really good showing. And in the UK charts, this was the first album since 1989's Flowers in the Dirt to reach number 1 there. So that's a really good placing. Now, there's a couple of different formats. So I'm just going to show you real quick with the CDs, and I am going to show other editions that I have as well as part of my collection, in addition to the album review. You've got the regular album right here. Hopefully everybody can see it. This is the regular CD release through Capitol Records. Now, the next version that we have is the Target. This is the Target Green Dye Edition. I like the color of this one. There is no other difference in the tracks. The tracks are the same. I do like this photo better. I think this photo is a little bit better, a little bit sharper than the other one. That's just my own personal opinion anyways on that. And finally, as part of the album, there's also the Japanese edition. This is the red dye edition that I have. As you can see, this actually has bonus tracks, which I am going to discuss after the album proper. A little bit more expensive to find this one, but I like the red coloring as well. So I'm just going to be going off of the really the standard edition till we get to the Japanese edition of the album. So the first track is Long-Tailed Winter Bird. This track kind of sets the mood. It's a nice little interplay of electric and acoustic. And this track was actually heard on the 30-second promo clip for the album on this format on YouTube. So it was heard in the promo clip before the album was released. It's a really good track. I think it kind of sets the journey. This sets the mood for the album, if you will. Nice, just acoustic and electric mix of a track. So again, there's really just some good strong openers, strong interplay between everything. So I think that's just really a good way to kind of kick off the album to start it out. Now, the next track is Find My Way. Find My Way, I think, myself, could have been a single. That's my own personal opinion. Find My Way, it's just a really good breezy track to it. I really enjoy it. You're never used to be afraid of days like these, but now you're overwhelmed by your anxieties. I mean, that's a really just cool lyric, I think, in my opinion. It kind of speaks to our times now and everything that we're living through. So I think, again, to me, personally, this could have been a single track. It's catchy, it's rhythmic, and there's just a nice little fake-out, instrumental kind of fake-out, almost about 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. Total track is about 3 minutes and 50 seconds, 3 minutes 54 seconds, something along those lines. So you've got some really good interplay between the first two tracks. We get to the third track, and I think this is the weakest one in the album. Third track, Pretty Boys. What it basically is about is the track is just, look into the camera. The track is basically look into the camera loves you. Don't Put Up a Fight. Now, again, some really good lyrics. I think one of the lyrics is Working for the Squire. So again, it's not bad, but I just think the other tracks I gravitate towards more. I know the lyrics of this track. It tends to speak about don't put up a fight, the camera loves you. All image. It's all image, all just a very glossy on the surface image. I think personally it could be about the Beatles. You could apply it to the Korean pop phenomenon BTS. That could be it too. A whole bunch of just other celebrities where you just see the image, that's it. You're not really looking below the surface, even though there may be a lot more going on beneath the surface. But again, not a bad track. I think just the weakest track in my opinion. That's just me. Your mileage might vary. The next one is Women and Wives. Fourth track, Women and Wives. Just a really, really good track. Really contemplative track. Hear me, women and wives. Hear me, sisters and brothers. What we do with our lives seems to matter to others. Again, a really deep lyric. I really enjoy that. I think this is a good, just strong, contemplative track. Bounces along, goes along very nicely. Again, not too much more to say on that particular track. Next one, Lavatory Lil. This is a fun little track. I think this track could be, you could probably say, the granddaughter of Maxwell's Silver Hammer. So with this track, the character gets around. Look out for Lavatory Lil. It's a very call and response chorus to it, which I really enjoy. Again, the only problem is it's too short. It's too short of a track. You really kind of get into it, and yeah, you're going along, and then suddenly 2 minutes and some odd seconds later, it's done. That's it. You're like, oh, wait, what? The rest of the track, I want to hear more of it. But that gets made up for in the next track, Deep, Deep Feeling. Now, this is about a little over 8-minute track that Paul does. And the lyric, sometimes I wish it would say, sometimes I wish it would go away. Emotion. That's kind of one of the repeated lyrics. There's a lot of good interplay in this song. I think this song, it's like going down a deep rabbit hole. It's like you're swimming in a current. It's just very hypnotic. It's like you're wrapped in this hypnotic, just sort of trance almost. I think that would be the best word. Hypnotized might be another word to use for that. The next track after that is Slidin'. Now, Slidin', this is a rockin' track, so we've just come off of Deep, Deep Feeling. Again, very hypnotic track, very long track, almost meditating to it. Sliding just, boom, grabs you right away. The lyrics are just great on this song, just a really rocking song, the most rocking song on the album. Again, one of the lyrics, I think something along the lines of, I can see through mirrors in my hair. Now, my understanding about this track is Slidin' was inspired by, what's the word I'm looking for here? Snowboarders. My apologies. You can tell it's live. Snowboarders. So just gliding through the air, just sliding. Just really, really thumping, great track. I absolutely love it. I think one of my favorite tracks on the album. Next is The Kiss of Venus. This is kind of more of a ballad of Paul's. Kind of standard, you're in love with somebody, ballad that he's done throughout his career. I think this would go good on a film soundtrack. I really think it's just a nice soundtrack sound to it for Kiss of Venus. So again, nice tune, very, very nice tune. The next track after that, track number 9 is Seize the Day. Now, with Seize the Day, you get parts of it, it sounds a lot like Queen almost in some of the guitar parts, like a Brian May kind of guitar sound to it. Now, a lot of people that I've seen do different reviews of this say, well, okay, this could have been the single, and I could see it. It's very, very catchy song. But again, I think Find My Way also could have been a good first single. I mean, that probably would get my vote. Again, that's just me. That's just my opinion. That's what we do, after all. The next one is Deep Down. That's track number 10. I think this is a really funky little track. You could imagine Paul and Nancy Nancy being Paul's current wife. Paul and Nancy go into the club, want to get deep down, want to get it right. Um, I just think it's got a good kind of shuffling beat to it, kind of a modern sound to it. Um, Again, other people I know have found this to be a weak track. I don't think so. To me, I think this is a very strong track. I enjoy it. I think it's just got the right amount of tempo, right amount of everything. Finally, the proper album closer, Winter Bird When Winter Comes. Now, Winter Bird, it's a continuation of Long Tailed Winter Bird on the album, so very much the same beginning chords for roughly 30 seconds in the track. After that, When Winter Comes. Now, my understanding of this track is it was recorded circa 1992, so you're hearing a much younger Paul on the album, obviously, with him being about 50 years old at the time this was recorded. Also produced by George Martin. This could have gone very well on Flaming Pie. I think it's got that very similar feeling. And I will get to Flaming Pie at some point among my reviews, but very much an acoustic feeling uh, when winter comes, as fall is coming into the scene. Basically about chores around the farm that he's doing. Um, so that's basically some of the feelings you get from the track. And also, it just does remind me of fall, very much like broccoli cheddar soup, one of my favorite soups. So very much that fall-like feeling, which is great. Now I'm going to grab, if you excuse me, coming out of frame for a moment. Now we also have some of the bonus tracks. So after deep, deep feeling, let's see. Here we go, and right here. So Women and Wives studio outtake. What that has is it just has some different lyrics to it. Again, just some different order, a little bit different order of the song. Again, very nice. I think he went with the right take on the album itself. So I think that's the proper one that he went with. Just me personally, Paul's going to do what he's going to do on his albums. Let's see. The next one, as I look down, Lavatory Lil Studio Outtake. Now, with Lavatory Lil Studio Outtake, what we have is it's just acoustic. There's no real drums, no real guitar like on the normal track. It's also a little bit shorter, so this one's about 2 minutes and 7 seconds, whereas Lavatory Lil on the album, probably about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so a little bit shorter. Um, Paul's doing the kind of the call and response and everything on the regular track as well as the acoustic. Again, the regular track is a bit stronger, so I think that's one that he definitely chose wisely on. The next one we have Kiss of Venus phone demo. So again, very nice. He's working out some of the lyrics on Kiss of Venus phone demo versus the finished product. A little bit more goofing around, a little bit more informal. So again, the finished product speaks for itself. We come to the final bonus track, which is Slidin', Dusseldorf Jam. That's right here on the Japanese edition. Hopefully you can see it. Now, this track, this could have been the 12th track on the album. I think it's an instrumental only, so unlike Slidin', track 7 on the proper album, this track, it's very echoey in its guitar, almost kind of Buddy Holly, if you will, and I just think it really goes well. It just goes well. It's kind of like a little bit of a sequel almost to Slidin', even though it's the same song. Again, this could have also gone on the album proper, and instead of 11 tracks, you'd have 12 tracks on the album. Just me personally. So again, those are some of my thoughts on the album proper itself, some of the bonus tracks. So where do I rank it? Well, again, for my rankings, we have the essential, the good to great, the get next for your collection, and then get last for your collection. I would put this at a good to great. I think Egypt Station was just a bit stronger, so I think this McCartney III kind of just goes a little bit below, just a slight bit below. If I were giving it a grade on the American grading system, probably B+. Very solid, very good album. I've enjoyed it. A lot of great, enjoyable tracks. I really enjoy it. I encourage people to pick it up. I think if you're a fan of McCartney, you'll enjoy the album. You'll definitely enjoy it as part of his overall canon. Again, we've got to keep in mind, he's had an over 50-year solo career. Solo career. Not to mention the Beatles stuff, but just his solo career. 1970, 51 years as of this year, which is hard to believe. So I'm going to go out of frame for a second, but let me go ahead and show you some of the other memorabilia. Now, according to my notes, there's other different incarnations of the album as well. We've got a Barnes & Noble blue vinyl from my notes, Target green vinyl, regular vinyl, white vinyl. We have a yellow vinyl limited to 3,000 copies. We have a Spotify Coke bottle green clear vinyl. A lot to keep down. That's why I had to write it down. Orange vinyl. And also there's a Third Man Records 333 limited edition vinyl. This was done through Jack White of the White Stripes. He has his own record label. Now this is limited to 333 copies. They took McCartney I and McCartney II, McCartney I from 1970 and McCartney II from 1980, ground a bunch of those old albums up, old leftover copies I'm assuming, smoothed them out, pressed McCartney III onto that release, and released that as a very limited edition. Now, no autograph. It's not autographed, nothing like that to my understanding. It's just basically the album itself, 333 copies made up of McCartney I and McCartney II. Yesterday on July 7th, when I looked it up, eBay had 2 copies, one for $3,500, the other one for $4,500. Well, a little too rich for my blood, personally. Hey, if you can afford it, more power to you. Also, just a quick note, as I was looking through, July 7th was Ringo's birthday yesterday, so happy 81st birthday to Mr. Ringo Starr. Peace and love. And now we'll go on to just some of the other editions that I have. Not the 3,500 edition or the $4,500 edition of that 333 release. I don't have that at all, so nobody needs to ask. First, I'm just going to go out of frame a little bit and show you. This is the cassette right here. So again, just the regular edition. We've got the cassette. Smoky tint cassette. I haven't opened it up yet. If I could find maybe another one to open up, I wouldn't mind opening it up. And yes, I do actually have a radio that could play this, believe it or not, that I've had for many years now. Just crazy, I know. Next, what we have is the regular vinyl edition. Hopefully people can see that. I know the light is bouncing off of it a little bit. But this is just the regular vinyl edition right here. Made in Germany. Also a cool little phrase that Paul put into the album is he coins it as made in Rockdown. Lockdown, Rockdown. I think just a cool little phrase that he did. So let me next grab the Target green vinyl edition. There we go. Target exclusive right there. Again, you have the back of the album itself. You've got the back cover. A lot of these were going for pretty good prices on eBay, I think like 50 or 60 bucks each. Although surprisingly through the Target site now, you can find copies again. So I was a bit concerned that they sold out of copies before I purchased it. Luckily I waited. There still seems to be copies out there for about the regular price. $26, $27 I think with tax as of the date of this video. Now I do have an opened up copy of the Target green vinyl. I want to show you this because it's just really, really nice. It just looks really good. So, pardon me while I go out of frame again a little bit. And also, just wanted to tell you, with each of these releases, there is a different gatefold cover. So, going to see that. I'm just going to show you real quickly the green vinyl. So, what we have is the lyrics sheet right here. Very nice. And of course, I mean, look at this right here. Just take a look at that. Right there. Just very, very nice. Very nice to have. Again, just a very, I'm not even sure the video is doing justice to this color. Just a very nice green coloring to it. Very, very good green coloring. And again, as I meant to just show earlier with the different covers, this is the Japanese version right here. And next, what we have is the Target version. I'm going to go ahead and give you the Target version right there. And besides the Target version, we're going to go ahead and open up the regular version. That's the regular version right there. So with the regular version, the Target version, and the green vinyl, green CD version, I should say. Basically, those are all different configurations that I have as part of the collection. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Again, as I said before, just please hit that bell, give a thumbs up, and subscribe. My next video, what I'm going to do is a review of the Gimme Some Truth box set. That's released by John Lennon as of 2020. So a lot of details with that. I look forward to the next video. Again, just thank you so much for listening. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. I hope everybody stays safe. And we'll continue this journey together. Until later.